welcome. This week's question comes from my mom. Shout out Mom. Anna, currently out of Chicago. She brought up the topic of how do you know what to save as far as financial paperwork, receipts, etc. So this is a great question, and actually my answer to that has changed since I did follow the Marie Kondo method about a year and a half ago. If you're not familiar, check out her show Tidying Up on Netflix. It's amazing and can be seriously life-changing just to clear out and simplify things. So I save almost no paperwork anymore. It's very freeing, but I'll break that down by topic. So receipts, I used to save every receipt for everything I purchased on a credit card or whatever, and then I would file those receipts when I got the credit card statement in the envelope, match them up, file them away, and then I had stacks. I'd have a year or two at a time, and guess what? I absolutely never used those, never needed those receipts for anything. So you can check at the stores that you regularly shop, but tons of the major stores, I know Target for example, you can just slide your card or insert the chip. They scan the product if you have a return, and they can look up, and see that you purchased it with that card. So there's no need to have the receipt for returns. Most of the time you don't need the receipt for warranties. So that's the other thing. If you purchase a large product, say an appliance or something, and you purchase a warranty, you can usually just go on the website, use the receipt that day, file for your warranty with Lowe's or wherever you made your purchase, and there's no need to have that receipt anymore for the proof of purchase. If you do want to keep a small amount of receipts, I would say only keep those that are large purchases for a warranty. Otherwise, your grocery receipts or just shopping receipts, there's usually no reason you need those again. And then credit card statements in relation to the receipts. I actually turned all my credit card statements to just electronic and auto pay. I do have alerts set up, so if you want to set up something, if you're worried about making sure there's no fraudulent activity, obviously that's a great idea. I would say just set alerts. If there's suspicious purchases, your card's going to alert you anyways, but you can set a limit you're comfortable with. Say it's a $100 purchase. Just as an example, you can set your card to send you an alert, whether it's on an app, an email, or a text, and then that way you don't have to be saving every single receipt, matching up, yeah, I went to the gas station, yeah, I went to Target, all of those things. That's kind of just going to eat up a lot of your time, take up space with filing that paperwork. Another thing is bank statements. You can easily set those to electronic statements and just set up alerts again so that if there's any large transactions you're not aware of. Otherwise, check in once a week, see that everything's on the up and up, and there's no reason to get paper statements and then just file those. You're really not going to do anything with those, so there's no reason to file them. Same thing with utility bills. You don't ever have to prove once you've paid that. There's no reason to keep that. Most accounts you can go on and you can see the past year or two or maybe even 3 years of your utilities that they've been paid, and unless you need to print one out to prove your address, there's no reason to get those mailed to you month after month. Then you're just opening that, wasting paper, filing paper, wasting your time. The other thing I would say, obviously tax returns, tax-related documents are important to keep. I know in the Marie Kondo method, her question is always, does this spark joy? So tax documents maybe don't spark joy for anyone that I know, but important to keep those anywhere from 3 to 7 years. You can check with your tax accountant. Typical is 3 years, but in some situations you could need those up to 7 years. So the only actual paperwork that I keep would be the long-term documents like life insurance policies, things that you want to keep in a fire safe anyway, your passport, obviously, even pay stubs. I just set those all electronic. You can get an email alert when your statement posts and check that out, make sure everything's correct. There's no reason to get all of these things in the mail, be filing all of these things just basically to collect dust. So when I went through using the Marie Kondo method, the paperwork that I saved went from about 2 full file drawers, very organized, but lots of paperwork, about 2 full drawers that deep, to now about this much. And that's including, I do keep the maintenance work on my vehicle, only just in the case that I were to sell my vehicle, I would have proof of all the maintenance. So that's something that's kind of optional. If you plan to resell your vehicle, you could hold on to that, not vitally important. So very little documents that you actually need if you want to go through your files and actually look. Yeah, maybe you filed a recent statement, but when was the last time you actually needed to pull something? When did you actually need to pull that statement to prove to someone that you paid your water bill, your electric bill, or show them your receipt from shopping at Target? Most of that, not important to keep long term. But again, with the taxes, I would just check with your tax consultant on that. If you have any questions or comments, leave those below. I'd love to answer your questions in another video, or questions related to this video in the comments. Thanks so much for watching, and remember, be thrifty, be kind, and hug the ones you love. Thanks, have a great day.